Good morning and welcome to a new academic year. I'm Dr. Deborah Holmes Matthews, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. We return this year faced with what may seem insurmountable obstacles. Yet, during the last few months and even today, we have shown that our mission and core values are not just words on paper, and that we're willing to put them into action, especially our core value of adaptability. Throughout the summer, we have worked on our return to campus plans and continue to do so even now. You can see evidence of the plans all around campus and even in your own offices. However, the most important part of the plan, the implementation, begins and ends with each of us. We all have a significant role to play in keeping each other and our families safe by following the guidelines of the Centers for Disease Control, the Georgia Department of Public Health, and the University System of Georgia. I encourage you to continue to familiarize yourselves with the plans and to ask questions as you have them. In keeping with the plans that we have, new email addresses have been set up to address some of your concerns and questions. For questions related to COVID-19 that involve human resources, there's a separate address there. The COVID-19 support email address for employees and students. And in that case, either one could have been exposed or test positive. And then just a general one, covid19@mga.edu, for employees and students just having any kinds of questions about COVID-19. In addition to that, Dr. Tara Underwood, Dean of the School of Health and Behavioral Sciences, a person to whom we're all grateful, has agreed to serve as COVID-19 team coordinator. In that role, she'll have several responsibilities, and I've just highlighted a few of them for you here, mainly contact tracing. And she has earned the Johns Hopkins University's contact tracer certification. She's also training other people. She will be responsible for monitoring the status of COVID-19 on all 5 campuses and keeping the president and the cabinet informed, as well as the university community. Our response to COVID-19 has gone in several different directions. We're still responding to it in many ways, but I want to point out the academic and research section of the Return to Campus Plan, which focuses heavily on the types of things and changes that are being made in the classroom as they relate to our addressing the current need. Another aspect or thing that we've done is to transition to fully online instruction. That happened back in March. That transition we were able to make in a way that was smoother than it was for some people because the institution was already so heavily invested in MGA Direct, our online campus. We created a memorandum of understanding to extend the time to satisfy incompletes. I know that there was a big debate about extending the time for withdrawals. Middle Georgia State did not do that, and I think it ended up benefiting the students that we didn't. With the MOU, it was for spring 2020, and it's also still in effect for summer 2020 if students need additional time to complete assignments due to being impacted in some way by COVID-19. We've adjusted the academic calendar so that instruction will end at the Thanksgiving break and students will not have to return to campus after Thanksgiving. The final exams will occur after Thanksgiving and they will be online. As we go forward during this academic year, it will be necessary for all of us to continue to exercise flexibility and adaptability. I just wanted to take a moment to recognize the entire Academic Affairs Division, to thank the Office of Technology Resources who've helped me so much even with this presentation, all of our academic advisors, our administrative assistants, faculty, staff, associate provosts, deans, institutional effectiveness, the library, all of the different aspects that help to make up academic affairs. And also to let you know that academic affairs has been working closely with all of the other divisions on campus throughout the summer and even in the spring semester as we prepare for your return back. There are also some new positions in the Office of the Provost. There's a new interim provost and vice president of academic affairs. Last year, about this time, Dr. Anderson was introducing me as the new associate provost in the Office of Academic Affairs. So now here I stand in an interim position, but I also want to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Anderson, Dr. John Anderson, our previous provost, for his leadership, for his attention to detail, and for his functioning in such a way that the transition was made much smoother, even during a very difficult time. The Office of Academic Affairs also welcomes a new associate provost in Dr. Michael Gibbons. There are new department chairs and assistant chairs on campus. Dr. Cherie Keefe, interim chair of media, culture, and the arts. Dr. Rebecca Lanning, interim assistant chair of MCA, media, culture, and the arts. Dr. Barry Monk, interim chair of the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. Dr. Rhonda Emerson, interim chair of the Department of Teacher Education and Social Work. And Dr. Emerson is replacing Dr. Lolita Sarton, and we wish Dr. Sarton well in her new position. Others have taken on additional responsibilities. I mentioned Dr. Underwood earlier, but Dr. Eric Sun, who also serves as an associate dean in the School of Health and Natural Sciences, he's a provost fellow. He will now assume the role of director of the Georgia Academy of Games in hopes of revitalizing that program. One of the fun parts about convocation is that we get to announce the promotions and tenure results. Promotion to full professor, Dr. Vicki Garisco, Department of Natural Sciences, Dr. Larry Israel, Department of History, Dr. Shane Trayers, Department of English, Dr. John Patillo, Department of Natural Sciences, Dr. David Kane, Department of Management and Marketing, Mr. Charlie Agnew, Department of Media, Culture, and the Arts. Tenure and promotion to associate professor. Dr. Abby Noble, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Matt Noble, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Jinwei Wang, Department of Natural Sciences, Dr. Richard Kilburn, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Michelle Scardado, Department of Teacher Education and Social Work, Dr. Rhonda Emerson, Department of Teacher Education and Social Work, Dr. Renat Quatmullen, Department of Natural Sciences. Promotion to Associate Professor, Dr. Chris Hill, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Mr. Kirby Swenson, Department of Natural Sciences, Dr. Josephine Camara, Department of Nursing, Dr. Kara Savanovic, promotion to senior lecturer, Department of History. And finally, tenure. Dr. Melville Jones, Department of Nursing, Ms. Hannah Upperman, Department of Mathematics and Statistics. Congratulations to each of them. All made very meaningful contributions in teaching, scholarship, and service. We're also pleased to be welcoming new faculty. Dr. Amy Slack, Department of Natural Sciences, Dr. Lawrence Camarado, Department of Natural Sciences, Mr. Antonio Martinez, Department of Media, Culture, and the Arts, Dr. Lucia Palmer, Department of Media, Culture, and the Arts, Dr. Patrick Brown, Department of Media, Culture, and the Arts, Mr. Brett Speth, Department of Aviation, Science, and Management, Ms. Sharon Little, Department of Nursing, Ms. Autumn Radford, Department of Nursing, Ms. Nancy Wilson, Department of Nursing, Mr. Jason Roby, Department of Rehabilitation Sciences, Ms. Maya Sora-Bear, Department of Nursing, Dr. Tracy Swartz, Department of Rehabilitation Sciences, Ms. Crystal Roberts, Department of Nursing. We look forward to getting to know each of you, and welcome to Middle Georgia State. Even with everything happening during the spring semester, several meaningful contributions were made, and I've just put a few of those highlights up for you. At last year's convocation, Dr. Anderson introduced the school-based strategy, and so 6 new schools were introduced. All are functioning well with new missions, statements, vision statements, and strategic plans for the next 3.5 years. So we'll keep revisiting that. Curriculum changes from fall 2019 to spring 2020, over 200 academic proposals were approved, ensuring that our current catalog is accurate and up to date. Some of those proposals involved our first doctorate program, a new doctorate of science in information technology, a new bachelor's of arts in art, a new bachelor of social work. The Faculty Senate passed a mentoring process that's going to be implemented this fall, and it's comparable to the one that nursing has had for many years. We had faculty development days on the Cochrane and Macon campuses, and that initiative was led by Dr. Tenure, a provost fellow. And we combined it in many ways with the University System of Georgia Ethics Awareness Week, and that will happen again this year. Dr. Michael Gibbons and the Office of Institutional Effectiveness have worked diligently to put together an academic achievement 2019-2020 faculty report, and that will be coming to you later. A very impressive report of all of the hard work in scholarship and service and all of the areas of evaluation that each of you have been doing. The Model Core Teaching Fellows Program was also active in 2019 to 2020, and Middle Georgia State remained involved in several USG initiatives. The Momentum Year approach, which you know initially was the Momentum Year, but now the approach covers all 4 years. And Dr. Deepa Arora has been leading our initiative there. Complete College Georgia, Gateway to Completion, Affordable Learning. The Chancellor Scholars finished up their last year. Liberal Education and America's Promise, LEAP, that initiative is ongoing. 4 pilots were completed in the spring. Dr. Levette Burnett, Dr. Jonathan Yerby, Dr. Allison Drehop, and Ms. Jeannie Rigorio. We also had the Provost Fellows, 3 of them last year, assisting with the work of the Office of Academic Affairs, Dr. Laura Thomason with International Studies, Dr. Eric Sun with Learning Support, and Dr. Neil Rigoli with Faculty Development. As we look forward to this coming academic year, our strategic plan has some of the same imperatives: grow enrollment with purpose, own student success, build shared cultures. Out of those, there are 10 focus priorities, and 5 of the focus priorities relate to academic affairs. The first strategy, expand and enrich the face-to-face student experience. So that's going to involve having more living learning communities. We've had those in the past, but primarily on the Cochrane campus. We're looking to expand that, elevating retention strategies. And then the last one, looking at a culture of care, embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion, and looking at more ways that we can incorporate it on our campus. And we're starting to see some of that already, and we will have more in the next coming year. Grow MGA Direct online degree programs. That's a program that's well underway. And again, the fact that we were already involved with MGA was a great advantage as we had to transition to online in the spring. Develop academic pipelines and expand degrees. And some of that is happening as well as we look at improving programs both face-to-face and online. So you'll be hearing more about the strategic plan as we go along. Those are just a few highlights. So in closing, I'd like to share a little story with you. My mother, sisters, and I typically take a trip during the summer. And a few summers ago, I was driving from Jacksonville, Florida to Jekyll Island. And at one point, I could see a huge bridge in the distance. I dread driving over large bridges. In not so long, I found myself at the entrance to the bridge and gasped without realizing it. My older sister, Mary, who had been reading, looked up from her book and simply said, "The road is still the same." We face a great many uncertainties in the days and weeks ahead, but I say to you now that the road is still the same. Our mission and core values have not changed, nor has our commitment and dedication to students and to the profession. This academic year promises to be like none other in so many ways. Yet, I have no doubt that each of you is prepared for the challenge. We will not be able to anticipate or predict every possible scenario in the next few weeks, but we remain committed to identifying issues as they arise and addressing them as quickly as possible. Thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward to this new year.